What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Blockhash podcast channel. Today, we're going to talk about the XRP chart and Ripple and the recent price movement that we've had in the market and what this could mean for XRP's price going into 2024. So looking at the daily chart for XRP, obviously, we're putting together a very nice U-shaped pattern. Again, we're back in July of this year, the 13th. We had a big run up as Ripple came out in a positive state of mind, beating the SEC in relation to XRP being considered a security. All right, so we had that big run up. We had all this occur. We've trickled off and retraced pretty much all of that event heading into the fall as a result of not having certainty if, the SEC was going to appeal, if the market was going to recover, what was going to happen here at the end of the year. But like I mentioned many times, in the altcoin market, put Bitcoin aside, in the altcoin market, there's this 3-year pattern that seems to occur very religiously, and it's supposed to happen in November. Here we are in November, and we're starting to see that play out. Now, it hasn't played out exactly the way I want it to as of yet. We still have time, but I do think that we're going to see something occur relatively soon. So as of mid-October, we saw a pivot in the price of XRP, and it started to move largely along with the sentiment of Bitcoin's ETF possibly getting pushed through, whether it's BlackRock, whether it's Fidelity, Wisdom Tree, or Van Eck, whether it's Grayscale. Everything's on the table right now, and it looks like it's going to happen this year. A lot of big banks and firms have come out and pretty much confirmed that, as well as BlackRock and a couple other ETFs getting listed on the DTCC, which precedes getting listed on the NASDAQ as an ETF. So it's going to happen. Just a matter of time. But here we are in November. We're seeing fantastic movement. So let's look at where XRP is likely to go. Obviously, this downward movement hit our upward trend line that has held very well for XRP, I guess we could make this a little steeper, but it's held very well all the way since summer of 2022. XRP has been trending in the right direction, much better than it has even in the past. Going back to the 3-year thing I mentioned, so I was talking about back in 2020, November time, boom, market popped, full retracement here, big pop back to the upside before a massive swing come early 2021, sometime in the first quarter. So we're gearing up for either a big pop now or something that's going to happen between January and March of 2024. Where XRP has gotten as high as almost $2. I do think it'll go that high again. I think that there's some prices we need to get through. Obviously, we got resistance around 87 cents. We've got resistance around 62, and these are just rough markers, guys. We've had a hard time staying above these former lows of 51, 52 cents. So there's some areas that we need to get through. This big one right here around 70 cents is important. And then we got to pop through 90 cents so that we can make our way up. All right, we pop through 90 cents. We're likely to go to $1.30. And I think that is relatively safe to say where we'll end up by March of 2024. We'll probably get to $1.30. That's just my best guess. There's a lot of ways this can obviously play out, where we trickle, maybe we come back down again, maybe we go, maybe not backwards, but you know what I mean. Could it come back down to this line? Absolutely. There's no reason for it not to. And, as long as it holds, we're still relatively good. So a lot of possibilities. I'm banking on the fact that it's going to break out. This is the second time we've seen this large of a movement here in 2023. And we're right on time for my November prediction. Looking at some of the other charts on the daily, we are very overbought, so keep that in mind. We're definitely going to see a lot of sideways action and pullbacks in the meantime. We're seeing XRP actually stall out right now, which isn't the worst thing in the world. You know, you want to consolidate, you want to shake out sellers, shorters before continuing to the upside. So this might pull back. You might see this come back into a range a little bit. Going to the MACD real quick. We're just going to go through all the indicators. MACD very clearly has diverged and is showing very strong bullish strength. It's above our volume levels. Last time we saw that again was in July. And every once in a while we see it when we get a pop in the market. We got it at the very beginning of the year or around March. So this could either be the peak of what we're seeing right now, and this either comes back down to Motown, or, you know, we take off from here. All are viable possibilities. Now, we look at a few more things. Bollinger Band is not worthy to look at right now. We already know it's a breakout, so we're going to close that. I'm actually going to exit out of that. I'm going to pull up our EMA. Okay, so actually, I'm not going to do this on the daily. I'm going to do this on the weekly for more perspective. So in bull cycles, so let's go back to 2020, you need to be above the 100 and 200, especially the 200, which is denoted in the dark blue. You probably can barely see it, but we'll also use the 100, which is a light blue. When we're clearly above those levels and we're bouncing off those levels, moving upwards, no matter how volatile, that's how you know we're in a bull market. You know, you can more closely relate it to the 20 and 50-day moving average, which is fine, especially when you're in a really strong swing in that bull market. But the 100 and 200 really dictate what direction. You can see that down here. You can see that here. Bear market, bull market, bear market. We're below everything. Coming into a bull market here, we're starting to move away from the moving average in the bullish direction, and we're coming down. We're hitting it, especially the 200, and we're popping. And again, this is on the weekly. So week to week, we are seeing XRP start to stay above. That's a very good sign, and that's something we want to keep an eye on. What else can I show you real quick? Should we back out to the monthly? On the monthly, things look great. Honestly, XRP is fine. It's doing exactly what we would hope it would do. It's clearly on a divergence here. There's nothing to say really that it's going to pull back too hard and collapse on us. It's actually very primed, like we saw in 2020. It's doing almost exactly the same pattern, you know, maybe another month or two, and we could be poised for a huge breakout. So let me give you my prediction where I think things are going to go. I'm just going to go the daily for the hell of it. This is on the daily. How do I want to do this? Okay. Bear with me. Oh, I know why, because I'm used to looking at the Bollinger Band. Maybe we'll pull that back up. The Bollinger Band is great, guys, when Bollinger Bands. When you're trying to find breakouts and you're trying to find relative funnels. I use it a lot. I used to use it even more when I was trading back in the day, which I don't do a whole lot of anymore. I kind of just do it passively and just analyze the charts for you guys. But you can tell down here, 24th of October, we punched through, pulled back a little bit. We didn't come all the way back to the moving average, which showed strength, and then we continued up. That's a good bullish sign. Whereas here, we pop, we try to break out around the 4th of October, we fail, hit the moving average and come straight through. That shows that we weren't ready. And it retests all of this starting on the 19th of October. So yeah, it can give you some relatively good indications, but it's not always the case. Like here, for example, it was stuck under the moving average, lower part of the Bollinger Band. Like this was looking like very bearish. Like I was actually kind of worried we weren't going to hold this and break out, that maybe we'd break down. And then we had the news. And the news just created, these God candles that just broke the Bollinger Band and then validated everything we were looking at. So it's not 100%. None of these indications are. But if I have to give my best guess, I do think that by the end of the year, we have a chance to crack $1. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to definitely retest the 90-cent range. So anywhere between us topping out at 93.6 and 85.20, 85.2. So 90 cents. I'm going to say 90 cents. I think we come up and try to touch very soon between now and the end of December. And maybe we get a Christmas surprise. Who knows? But I do think early 2023 is when I'm pegging us to get over $1. I think the timing will be right. I think enough time has gone through the bear market for this to occur, and sellers are very, very exhausted. I think buyers are itching to come in. And with so many ETFs, due dates coming up in January, mark your calendar for this period of time. We come up, maybe we pull back from 90 cents, matriculate into January, and then boom. My prediction for 2023 is that obviously we'll be over $1, but I think it'll be between $1 and $1.30 for at least the first half of 2024, for the first half of 2024. Where do we go beyond $1.30 really depends on the state of the market, because obviously things could pull back and we could sit in a range for quite a while until we get to 2025, which, is when Bitcoin is likely to have its big run up. But keep in mind, even Bitcoin is going to run up during this period of time. To get through its all-time high, it's still got to go like another $35,000. We're way off still when you think about it. So over the next 6 months leading up to the halving, not even 6 months, 5 months, December, March, so let's say around April. Leading up to the halving, Bitcoin will move, but it's after the halving. So probably over the summer that we start to see Bitcoin show some signs of really moving for the first time. Whereas by the end of 2024, around September, October, November of next year is when Bitcoin should break its all-time high. So between now and next year, Bitcoin's got to move another $35,000. It's got to get up to $70,000. And then to go to new all-time highs, if we're talking about $100,000, that's a massive run-up, either in a short period of time or over time. All right, so this is not a prediction for Bitcoin in this video today. I'll do that next, I guess. But I do think XLM, XRP, Algo, Cardano, all have potential to run. There's a lot of other things driving the market, not just Bitcoin. And I think the anticipation and the angst will go into altcoins before it goes into Bitcoin's big bull run. So it's just my prediction. It's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Like the video, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, really do appreciate it. And I'll try to get some more videos out this week. It's kind of difficult with the holiday slump setting in. I can feel it. I need a break. I'm sure you guys need a break. So I'm going to try and keep the videos coming out as much as possible, but they may not be every single day. So just an FYI. But I'll try to have one again for you tomorrow. Until then, talk soon. Cheers.